I think I'm live. It's doing the little spinny wheel thing, so I'm going to wait a second. Um, so, uh, hey, I'm jumping back on here again. I was reminded of something that came up in the Thursday class yesterday. As some of you know, in that class we're doing the original project class. So those actors have been working on creating a story from the improv exercises and things that we did in the class, from writing. We started to discover themes and things that were important to the group, and then one of the actors in the class pulled it all together into a fantastic script, which we are going to be performing very soon. And not me, they are going to be performing. And I was talking yesterday in class about something that I saw on the news last weekend that really reminded me again of how important storytelling is. And it's so cliche, sort of, but the stories really matter. And I think sometimes it's easy to forget how important it is, or to kind of like to sort of know that, like, oh, it matters and it makes a difference and it means something to me, but like actually real life impact that these stories can have. I know that some of my students talk about like feeling at some point like they lose their purpose, or feeling like it can start to feel like self-centered or indulgent sometimes as an actor. And I think that happens when you start to lose your purpose. And, I really try to stay in my purpose as a coach and kind of keep coming back to like what fires me up. Why do I do this? A big part of why I do this is I love helping actors learn to really trust themselves. A big part of my whole life's journey has been about me learning to trust myself. And I'm really inspired to help actors trust themselves so they can really let go in their work and leave themselves alone and get out of their head. And all of that is in service of telling great stories, which really, really matters to me. It really matters. So I think that's a lot of what lights me up as a coach. And so I'm constantly trying to help actors figure out what lights them up, what kind of stories do they want to tell. It's part of why I feel like I called this Facebook group Actors with Purpose. Like, what is the point of all of this? Why are we here? We only have a short amount of time. Do you just want to have a 5-line co-star? Most likely not. Most likely you have a lot of stories in you. So I was really grateful to be reminded of how important storytelling is. Last weekend I was listening to some random MSNBC news show as I was cleaning up the living room at the end of the day, and the guest was Jose Antonio Vargas. He's a journalist. He's a filmmaker. He co-produced the Broadway play What the Constitution Means to Me. In fact, side note, that play, which they were on the Broadway tour, they had to cancel it because of COVID, and I didn't get into the show. They are going to be streaming the Broadway production, a recorded version of the Broadway production, I think starting tonight. So you should be able to find that on Amazon Prime. He is also the founder of an organization called Define American, and I'm going to read this from their website. They say they use the power of narrative to humanize conversations about immigrants. And their television research on immigrant representation is changing storytelling in Hollywood. And what they've learned is that TV shows with nuanced immigrant characters and immigration storylines shift attitudes, and actually they're documenting this, getting people into like real action. They said that viewers who saw the immigration storyline, like on television and shows that they're watching, who saw immigration storylines were more comfortable meeting undocumented people and more opposed to criminalizing undocumented immigrants. So that's like these very real world, powerful changes. On the show, he was talking about the thing that like caught my attention he was talking about how they, and I may butcher this because I'm just pulling from my memory of what I heard, but he was talking about how they learned that a large portion of Grey's Anatomy viewers are Trump supporters, which was news to me. And so they thought, what a perfect place for an immigrant storyline. So they had a bunch of immigrants and immigrant writers, I believe, in this writers' room together, and together they created this character as a part of one of the shows, and it just was like, it was so exciting and inspiring to me. There's stuff on their website about about Orange is the New Black, and how Orange is the New Black viewers are really engaged and really willing to stand up for immigrant rights. So to me, it was just really a really powerful reminder of, and something that can kind of help put some gas in your tank. You know, a lot of actors are feeling frustrated right now, like they want to be doing more, and the pandemic is feeling like it's slowing them down. You have so many stories in you. You know, you don't have to be a writer to start to tell a story. And maybe it's your own story. Maybe it's other stories that you find inspiring. So I just wanted to jump on and go a little deeper with that had come up in class yesterday, because it's something I've been thinking a lot about. So thanks for watching. Let me know, definitely always share your comments below. I'd love to hear, like, also other real world examples of the ways in which stories change the world for the better. See you guys.